Good morning and welcome to the session. We are going to get started. All right. And what is the session again? Building social capital. And if you and we'll introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah. My name is Heidi Lehman.
I'm Sydney Bedell.
There you go.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
up there.
Sydney.
Um, our presentation is about building social capital. The possibilities are endless. Let's see. You make it go. Oh. All right. So I work for People First Wisconsin as a outreach advocate, and I work for the ARC Wisconsin as an advocacy and outreach specialist. I'm also on BPDD board, WISPED board, and I run a group called Wisconsin Disability Connections.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Heidi Lehman. My most important role is that of a parent. So I am a mom to 4 of the coolest kids you'll ever meet, ages 16 to 5. All my kids have autism. All my kids have IEPs. I work. I'm a WISPE family engagement coordinator for the region where I live. I live up north in Rhinelander. So what I do is I support families who have students with IEPs and school districts too. So really helping to ensure that our students with IEPs are getting the best outcomes that they can. I also have a Facebook group, Parent Educator Connection. You should all log on and join my group. I share a lot of learning opportunities for families who have students with IEPs and then special education staff too. So if there's any special education staff in the room, lots of opportunities for learning and growth for you there. I'm on the board of directors for Wisconsin Family Ties, which is a statewide agency group that supports families who have kiddos with social, emotional, or behavioral challenges. And then I'm also on the board for the Autism Society of Central Wisconsin. So what we want to talk to you today is about building your social capital and why it's so important. So social capital might be a new term for some of you. So we're going to explain that what it is in a little bit more depth in a few minutes here. We're going to share the ways that Sydney and I have built connections in person and using social media. We're both active on social media. So we're going to tell you how you can get connected to others via Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do an activity together. It's called an EcoMap activity. So we are going to kind of dive into who you all are connected with in your personal lives, and then who you might not be connected with that you really should be. So again, the primary goals, what we want all of you to take away when you walk out of this room today is we want you to identify families and self-advocates that you aren't connected with, or agencies. There's a lot of vendors out here. Some I didn't even know. So who aren't you connected with? Who do you need to know to be to have the best outcomes for yourself? We're going to talk about ways to build those connections. Again, we're going to identify what social capital is. That might be a new term for some of you. And then Sydney and I, we know a lot of people and we are connected and involved with a lot of organizations. So we're going to talk a little bit about who is in our social capital and how those agencies have helped us.
What it is and why it is important. What is social capital? Social capital is the connections we build that help us get further in life. All people may be created equal, but we are each born into different life circumstances with different amounts of social capital. Why is social capital important? Connections become relationships. It gives you a sense of belonging. It helps societies function more efficiently. and it makes you overall better connected. Pictured on the slide is Greg. He was kind of a big part in early on in my career. He encouraged me to join BPD board and apply for partners in policymaking. Um, and he just overall connected with a lot of people and encouraged them to build their social capital. In order to develop social capital, people need space and time to connect, time to build trust, and a means to communicate, and an opportunity to participate.
So I just want to give an example of what social capital could be. So for example, my friend Sydney here raises chickens. She's got a whole bunch of chickens. They're very popular on her Facebook page. Now, if I'm someone, so let's say that I think to myself, I really want to, raise chickens. I want, the eggs. I want to raise chickens. But I don't know anything about chickens. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to my friend Sydney because I know that she has that knowledge. Okay. I know that she has raised chickens, that she cares for chickens, that she knows all about, harvesting eggs, collecting eggs and all that kind of stuff. So really social capital is to put it simply, it's not what you know, it's who you know and how you can use that person for either their knowledge or to make your life better. That's kind of what social capital is, just an example. So how we found our connection. So Cindy and I, we've connected with groups and people, both in person and then virtually using social media. So some of these organizations are on the screen, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them in detail in a few minutes here, because some of these you might not be familiar with, and you might not know who these agencies are. So Cindy and I actually met in 2017, 2018. We both did Partners in Policymaking, which is a learning opportunity that is put on by the board for people with developmental disabilities. I can tell you that it was an amazing, life-changing, I think, experience for both of us. So I got a new friend, I had a new colleague. I met a whole bunch of really amazing people around the state. And then, just my skill set and my knowledge and my learning, it just increased so much through that program. So if you aren't familiar with Partners in Policymaking, connect with Cindy or me after, because it is really a wonderful opportunity for both self-advocates like yourselves and then family members too. Another thing that we've done is conferences. So we try to get to, I think, pretty much, all the conferences. So Circles of Life, Self-Determination, Autism Society, Children Come First. Sometimes we present. Sometimes we, have vendor booths out there representing our organizations, whether it's People First or WISPY. But really, we just talk to people. We just talk to people. We, sit up, pull up next to you at a table and, just ask you, what's your name? What brings you here today? I think that's probably one of the biggest things is just, being brave and just going up to somebody and just finding out a little bit more about them and, finding a new friend. Disability Advocacy Day. I have not attended that one, but you have, right? Yeah. So can you want to explain a little bit about Disability Advocacy Day?
So everybody goes and they meet up first and learn about different issues that are important to them. And then they go and meet with their legislators, their representatives, and their senators, with other people that are in their district. I have to put that one on my list. I'll have to get there. CYSHCN, that's a really long acronym. It stands for Children and Youth with Special Healthcare Needs. So you might not know, but there are 5 regional centers in Wisconsin that are kind of like the hub for children's services. So if you are looking for, a therapist or a diagnostic clinic, you can reach out to one of the 5 regional centers. They also do a lot of trainings.
for families and young adults. So they do trainings on, what does healthcare look like after a child turns 18? Or, what are some of the opportunities that are available after high school? They are a wealth of knowledge. And I stay connected with my regional center in the north. We connect pretty frequently just on, different things we're offering and, just keeping them in the loop of what we each are doing. Parent to Parent of Wisconsin. So Parent to Parent is a matching group. So what Parent to Parent is let's say that you are someone that needs some support, or maybe a family member is looking for a little bit of support on having to navigate, systems and and everything else that kind of comes with being a person with a disability. You can call Parent to Parent and they have a database of support parents that they can match you with based on similar life experiences. And that person can connect with you and kind of give you some mentorship and some support. Another one is Wisconsin Family Ties. I mentioned them earlier. They're a statewide agency. They support families who have children with social emotional needs. What else do we have here? Regional resource fairs. Sometimes we go to resource fairs in our county. I know you've done resource fairs, haven't you? No, you haven't. No, okay. So resource fairs are a really great way to kind of go. There's lots of vendors from kind of similar to here. Vendors come up and share their supports and their services and how they, support self-advocates and families. So that's another great way to make connections. CCOTS. Is anybody here familiar with CCOTS? No? So CCOT is County Conversation on Transition, County Committee on Transition. So the CCOT is made up of people local in your area. Every county in Wisconsin has a CCOT. Okay, all 72 counties have a CCOT. And I highly encourage, if you're a parent, if you're a self-advocate, to get involved with your local CCOT. So CCOT is made up of all the agencies in your county, your school district, ADRC, DVR, all those groups. They meet regularly and really support self-advocates in the community. How can we make the lives more accessible and improve the lives of our self-advocates? So if you want more information on CCOTS, definitely hit me up and we can talk more about that. Advocacy for change. So the picture up here is actually me and a colleague of mine, Michelle. She's a social worker in the Wausau School District. So Advocacy for Change is a conference that is put on by Family Voices of Wisconsin, who's one of our vendors here at this conference. And what it is was, so we went and we learned how to speak with our legislatures. And I will tell you that this was totally out of my comfort zone. I had never spoken to a legislator before. I was really anxious about it. I was really nervous about it. And they did a great job of prepping us to go and actually go over to the Capitol and actually, talk with these people about issues that were important to us. So I did it. And when I walked out of the Capitol building, I was so empowered and excited. And I was really glad that I kind of took that step and I did it. So Advocacy for Change is a great one. PIPs and Yippies. These are both training programs for families who have kids in transition, 14 and up. Parents as Leaders. Parents as Leaders was a learning opportunity that I did when my kids were very small. Wisconsin Family Leadership Institute is another training, a training workshop that families can go through. That one is also sponsored by Family Voices of Wisconsin. You want to talk about social media?
Yeah. So another way you can find connections on virtually or social media. I run a Facebook group called Wisconsin Disability Connections, and there's over 1,000 people in it now. I've also found a lot of connections on LinkedIn. Heidi runs a group called Parent Educator Connection on Facebook. And you have quite a bit of people in that one.
I think I have about almost 600.
Yeah.
Not as many as you.
No, it's pretty close. Wisconsin Integrated Transition Planning Project. I don't know a lot about that one. And there's usually a lot of webinars or virtual trainings that you can go to. So these are some organizations that have helped us get connected. Early on in my career, I did Wisconsin Youth Leadership Forum, and that helped me get connected with BPDD. Pull it up where?
I linked it in. Do you want me to?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
That get confusing.
About it.
Yeah, it's a week long, like I don't want to say camp, but a forum for high school students with disabilities, and teaches them advocacy skills, and they get to go to the Capitol. Another organization that helped us get connected was Partners in Policymaking. We both attended, and that really helped both of us. And we've gone to the Self Determination Conference, Circles of Life, Employment First, Autism Society. And yeah, I'll let you talk about BPD. I know a lot about them.
So in the Wisconsin Board for People with Developmental Disabilities, you're a board member on that, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. So otherwise known as BPDD for short. So they're the ones that put on this conference. They're the ones that sponsor partners in policymaking. They also do grants. If you're somebody that is really inspired and motivated to make a change in your community, they offer Sparks grants that you can look into. So really just a wealth of information BPDD is in supporting self-advocates and families. WISPE, that's the organization that I work for. It stands for Wisconsin Statewide Parent Educator Initiative. And what I do is I support families who have students with IEPs. We support the schools too we support schools on how to support families, I guess you could say. The CCOTS, which I already mentioned, the County Conversation on Transition. Family Voices, they're another statewide agency group. They're here today. The PIPs and the YIPPIes. So PIP stands for Partners, Parents in Partnership, I'm sorry. And that is a training opportunity for families who have children 14 and up. It's a several session learning that helps families kind of navigate what's going to happen after high school. And then YIPPY, we love our acronyms, don't we? YIPPY is Youth in Partnership with Parents for Empowerment. And that's another training for families who have students in the 14 and up range. The difference between PIP and YIPPY is that YIPPY, the youth actually attend the training along with the family. So while the family is off doing their own learning, our students are self-advocates. They are learning about, self-determination and, how they can be advocates for themselves and how they can navigate, healthcare after they turn 18 and things like that. Project Search, is anybody familiar with Project Search? Has done, yeah, awesome. Oh, great, we got a couple people, yay. So Project Search is a program that youth can do when they are in their last year of high school. And Project Search is an internship program that is held at various sites across Wisconsin. So our Project Search in Rhinelander is at our local hospital. And the interns do different tasks. So, they might do a rotation working in laundry, or they might do a rotation working in cafeteria. And the idea is to get our interns acclimated to different job experiences, right? Because so we want to build up their skills. And sometimes even the Project Search site hires the interns directly, which is really kind of cool. And I know that there's Project Search across Wisconsin. The Milwaukee Zoo is a Project Search site, and I always thought that would be kind of cool to be an intern at the zoo. So something you don't want to check out. And then the Children's Resource Centers, I mentioned those earlier, the 5 regional centers that we have in Wisconsin. Really, really great source of information if you're looking for any community services.
Sure. How we have used the connections we have made. We have found jobs by using the connections. I found my people first job from connections virtually. It's Heidi's used it to assist families. Joining boards has been a big one for me. Um, Peer support, mentoring and coaching, um, accessing resources, dispute resolution options, referrals to other agencies, IEP support, other learning opportunities, and friendships.
Okay, so we're gonna do an activity together. So what we're gonna do, this is called an eco map activity. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna identify the supports that we have, the people that we're currently connected to in different areas of our life. Okay, so we're gonna spend some time. Did everybody get a handout on the back side of the handout? You need a handout? Okay. So on the back side, there's some blank boxes, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're going to fill these out based on who is in each category. So on the front side, you have family, okay? So in the center circle, we have family. So in here, you would put the people that are in your immediate family, whether that's mom, dad, grandma, siblings, okay, the people that you live with. And then you're going to identify other supports that you have. So if you have a job, if you work, who are the people at work that really support you? Who are the people at work that you're connected with, that you feel safe with, that you have a good relationship with? People in your community, any community supports you have. So this could look like IRIS consultants. This could look like family care coordinators. Who are the people in your community that you're supported with? Professional support, if you have any professional support, if you have a respite provider, or a caregiver. Oh, actually, you could probably put that under personal support. I'm sorry. Extended family, any like grandmas or aunts or uncles. Maybe you have a very dear family friend that is a support to you. So those are the categories. So just take some time. We're gonna spend some few minutes, and then we're gonna do some share outs. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys to share out some of the people that you're connected with, because you might be connected with an agency, or you might be connected with a group of people, but your neighbor at the next table might not be. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to find out who we're not yet connected with. Who are the people in our area, in our region, or in our state that we don't know about, but we should know about? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to go ahead and do this activity. And if you have any questions, just raise your hand and Sydney and I will come in and help. One thing I forgot to mention is you might not have people in every one of your box, in every one of your categories, and that's okay. All right, that's okay. Hi, Patrick, do you have a question? Oh, natural supports. Yeah. That's a great category. And you know what, it should be on this activity. So what's a natural support? Could be family, friends. Yeah. Like that, community, connections. Yeah. Community service and programs. Community. Organizations that support community connections. Right. Right. Yeah. I think that's really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Patrick. That's wonderful. Thank you. Oh yeah, we go to 12:15, so we have plenty of time. So what I think I'll do, when they're kind of done, is I'll maybe go around and we'll ask people to give examples of like who's in their, in each category, like who's in their
We can
family.
save 10 minutes at the end for questions.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll just go around and just have them, give them the mic and just share like who's in your family, who do you work with, where do you work, who's in your community, and then hopefully
Hopefully
kind
people
of
get ideas.
yeah. Which one are you gonna go to?
Oh, I didn't even think about it for the
Yeah,
episode.
I haven't either.
Lucy's pretty good. She's doing an hour and a half by herself.
Oh, she is. I might go to hers. Or maybe I'll go to Lisa's. Maybe I'll go to Lisa's.
That sounds interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe I'll say something about this too, because that kind of goes along with our session. Natural connections.
So either 50 or 80. I'm gonna use the chicken story. Because one of my customers works at the local school district. And so then we kind of formed a thing like me and her and a few other people are making a group called Broadhead Area Neurodiversity Support or something similar. And it's kind of my way into the schools, but like I haven't had time to help out a ton with that because there's been so many conferences this month and next month.
Okay.
But it's an interesting connection.
Yeah. I can advance, I suppose, maybe put the categories up there.
Oh, I don't know where the clicker win goes from. Because it makes it so much easier than having to walk and press the arrow.
If you guys are kind of questioning with the categories, some examples, here's some examples. So professional support can be, medical people. We just talked about, doctors and therapists that you might know, county programs, mental health, respite, personal support, social media, if you're in any, Facebook groups, your friends, if you belong to a church, the community can be things that you do if you're in Special Olympics, Miracle League, if you enjoy going to the YMCA and you have friends there. Those are some examples of community supports. School, it could be your teachers, it could be your lunch lady, you never know. And then if you work, if you have a job, your supervisor, any coworkers, things like that. So if you're kind of stumped about who to put in each category, here are just some examples that will hopefully help you out. Oh yeah, youth leadership. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Council such a really old group with such movie prize.
So that could go.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's a really old group with such movie prize. Called Yon. It's a really old group.
It's old. It's an old group.
Yes.
Have you been a part of it for a long time?
It's been years.
Oh, it's been years.
Years.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Welcome. It is a little bit different from wildlife. It's different.
Yeah.
It is with seashells.
Oh, okay.
With seashells.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but just some information. I didn't even know that was such a thing.
No, I didn't know.
Now your name is on here as a good support system, so don't let me down, Cindy.
So the youth leadership forum is a week-long forum down in Madison College. Where we teach high school kids with disabilities what life is going to be like after high school. So we will teach them about how to balance a budget. Teach them about going to talk to their legislatures and the cabinet. We will teach them about relationships and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. We will teach them, I think, last year we incorporated some safety. And we
But good advice, Cindy. That's why you're on our list. You're a good friend.
it's all about building a foundation for leadership. They
All right, how we doing? Good? All right. So Sydney and I, we want to hear from you. We want to know what connections you already have. So family, who would like to share out about their family? Who'd you write? All right, we have a young lady over here. Who's in your family?
This is my mom's side and my dad's side of the family. I have written down Grandpa Human, Grandma Human, Aunt Vicky, Aunt Nicole, Uncle John, Uncle James, Uncle Brian, Aunt Steph, Aunt Rachel, and Aunt Michelle. That's my dad's family. I have Grandpa and Grandma Craig, my dad, Aunt Pam Taylor, Uncle Nathan, Aunt Pam Landrick.
Thank you for sharing. You have a very large family. That's wonderful. Who else would like to share? Would you like to share who's in your family, Nick?
Yes, my dad, he's my guardian. My sister Sarah, and for my extended family, my 2 nephews.
Oh, so you're an uncle. Do you like being an uncle? Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Nick. Does anybody else want to share who's in their family? Yeah? All right. Tell us about who's in your family.
My mom, dad, siblings, but I'm not sure about animals. Just about a pet.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then they have step parents, like step mom, step dad.
What kind of animals do you have?
Have dogs. One dog, she died. She got sick. So that's one dog. That's it.
Okay.
So I have another pet. I got that very small, like shells. It's called an hermit crab. That's it. So that's 2. That's it. I have no more.
Yeah.
If I move to Parliament, I might have a cat.
Okay. Very cool. So you reminded me of people or animals. I didn't even think of animals, but our animals can be a support to us. Does anybody know somebody that has like a service animal, like a service dog? I saw one here today. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a dog, Raj and Cute.
And they're
Yes.
part of your circle.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can't forget about our furry friends, can we? Anybody else want to share about their family? Who you put in your family circle? Yeah.
If it's family report, it's the animals.
Yeah.
But here the word is family. It's not animals. So it's supposed to be like a family support. That's the pet animals. If a person want the pet, just ask the parents, I want the pet. That go to the human salary for animal salary. There's animals and they have like a fence. If people want to buy it, because pets cost a lot of money.
They do. Yeah.
Have to buy like for the adopted pet, for the adopted pet.
Right.
So if you want to buy it, just ask the parents, I want a pet, but pet is not family because you have adopted the pet. It costs a lot of money.
Right.
So this is why that's not the family. So it was the family report is the pet.
Right. Right.
So this there's 2 words, family, like a mom, dad, siblings, step parents. That's family. But if I want to add family report, it's a pet.
Right.
Pets cost a lot of money.
They do. They do.
They have to adopt it.
They do.
Kind of same thing when mom got pregnant, they had babies. They have to
Right.
buy stuff, and then people want to adopt a child. So
Mhm.
it's the same thing
Mhm.
with the pet. Have to adopt it.
Right.
Or there's the animals that are restroom saving animals like restrooms. And once it's adopted, there's two things: restrooms and adopting. That's two things.
Mhm.
So if you adopt pets more than restrooms, so if see animals on the road
Mhm.
or something got booze or do bad things, we must save these animals. Not taking animal to human animal so they can. So that's why it's not.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think that you made a really good point too. Anybody enjoy watching birds outside their window or in their feeder? Those can be, you know, part of your network too. So let's yeah. Oh, and Chase says make sure you have permission before you bring home a pet. So wise words from our friend Chase here. All right. Extended or let's do community. Who wants to share what they put in their community box? Oh, got some takers over here.
Yes, so we're from La Crosse. I don't know if anyone frequents there, but and I don't know if the National Squirrel Association, anyone heard of them? It's a funny name, yes. I don't know why they're called that. National,
It's like NASA.
it's
but
the acronym is NASA, and it's National Squirrel Association, but they provide us with like accessible bikes. They'll bring them out in a trailer, and all of our kids get to participate in that. All the adults get to participate in that. They also help out with like pontoon boats that are accessible for wheelchairs and stuff like that. So they are a huge part of like our summer programming, and we would not be able to include everyone without those connections. And then we of course have like Oktoberfest in our area. And they do like a special festers, and it's just kind of a day where everyone gets to go out within the community, and people that have disabilities, and they get to kind of experience Oktoberfest without kind of all the people. So that's really cool. And then speaking of service animals, we have a service pig that comes into Active, which is where we're from, that visits us. And he is technically a mini pig, but like he's huge. And his name is Brutus. He has a Facebook page. If you guys want to look him up, his name is Brutus the Service Pig. And he's just the cutest thing ever. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
So I wrote down NASA. So what you might want to do on the back side of your sheet, as our friends share who they're connected with, you might want to have a category of organizations or people that you might want to be connected with. So I am definitely going to look up NASA, and I have to tell you, I've never heard of an emotional support pig before. So thanks for sharing that. Anybody else want to share who's in their community?
I do Special Olympics. I go to St. Paul's Lutheran Church. I follow God by praying to God due to corruption of our nation and praying for myself.
Beautiful. Thank you. Special Olympics, I know, is a big one. My kids are in Special Olympics, and that's been a really nice support for our family. Who else? Community supports. Yeah.
Special Olympics and NASA.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Oh, you do bowling? Are you good?
Yeah, so I got like three strikes the last game.
Very good. I'm terrible at bowling. Nick, you want to share?
Esau, Father Tim, and Each of Sales.
What is DSAW?
It's called Downism Association Wisconsin.
Okay, and what do you do with DSAW?
Do fun stuff.
You do fun stuff. That's awesome. And then you have Easter seals. What is Easter seals?
I go for dances there. It's a disability program that do dances and stuff.
So it's like a camp, Easter seals camp. Okay.
Organization that has a lot of activities for adults with disabilities.
Very cool. Oh, okay. Easter seals. Hey, that might be somebody you want to get connected with. Who else? People in your community. I got to get on this side of the room. Who's in your community?
So I have lots of community sports. I volunteer as a power of attorney witness for UW Health. That is once a week, Thursday afternoons. I also work for the volunteer for the Wisconsin Youth Leadership Forum, which is a week-long forum for individuals with disabilities. And then I am connected with Sydney over here, and we have done several different projects and several different things. So she's been a big inspiration and a big role model in my advocacy skills.
Awesome. I think I was just telling Sydney before we got here, I think everybody knows Sydney. So if you don't know Sydney or follow her on Facebook or a member of her Facebook group, what is it, Wisconsin Disability Connections, you need to get on there because Cindy, she's the girl in the know. Yeah, who's in your community?
I have People First Wisconsin Madison chapter. Possibly I'm running for the president role on that in that chapter, so I'm hopeful. I'm going to be taking part in policy making coming up in November. I'm part of the Youth Leadership Forum as well. I'm also part of a board called DCATS, which is the Dane County Accessible Taxi Services. And we just talk about accessible taxis in the Madison area that are run by Union Cab, which is the only taxi service in Madison that provides accessible cab service. I do a lot of focus groups. This is where Sydney, I'm going to put you on blast again. I've had a lot of focus group opportunities / advocacy opportunities because I've met Sydney. I don't think I would be here today without some of the connections I made through People First, Sydney, and my friends. So I'm just so thankful.
So I see on your tray here, you have some photos. Are these some photos of people that are in your network and people that support you?
Yes, I need to be updated, but yes.
I think that's wonderful. He's got some beautiful pictures over here about people that are in his social capital, that people are in his network. All right, one more, community. Anybody else want to share? Oh, over here. Yeah, Edward, who's in your community?
My community is what is my friends. And then I got work support. I work for the Ostra Lab. I do research for people with disabilities, and plus I work for Special Olympics. Plus I'm an athlete there, so I've been an athlete for 36 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. What do you do with Special Olympics? What are your sports?
I do basketball skills, track, bocce, powerlifting, you name it. I do. I want to do tennis skills. I want to try, and I want to try to do sit ski for Winter Games.
Wow, we have an athlete in the house, everybody. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let's hear about professional support. Who wants to share anybody about professional support? Got the young lady in the pretty orange over here.
I have I have meetings with Kelly Solberg. Uh, she is within Carusa, helps me with my health. Uh, I I used I used to go through TVR for looking for a job. Um, for looking for a job. I am now in Carusa.
Very nice. So what is Inclusa?
Um,
Is that your iris consultant? Yeah.
I believe so.
Very cool. Very cool. I know there's a lot of us here that are probably connected with Inclusa for support. Yeah. Oh, you are too. Nick is with Inclusa. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Professional support. So what do you got?
I'm actually have both, not personal support, but I have the interpreters. So if I went to school, the teachers don't understand what I'm trying to say because it's trying to me in lips, it's trying to sign. So I need some help to put in. If so there's interpreters that silent like a silent witch, and then I feel I need help. Sometimes I don't need help because I can handle myself. So I have interpreters because the way you speak is not good. It's not good enough. So it's like I'm trying, but
I think you speak beautifully. I think you communicate really, really well. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. I see you have interpreter on your list. Is this your interpreter? Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. We have somebody back here. Professional supports. Who do you have?
Good afternoon, everyone. I kind of combine the professional with the work because I have on my list the police department because I'm police officer, auxiliary police officer for 7th District in Milwaukee. The FBI because I'm alumni for the FBI. And then I'm also a licensed private investigator in state of Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Iowa. I'm also executive member on the BPDD board. I'm commissioner of Milwaukee County Persons with Disability. I'm public relations for the TPAC, which is the Transit Plus in Milwaukee, Parent University with Dolores Silas, and I'm a foster parent for Fresh Start. I have 4 children, 3, 5, 7, and 10 that are 2 are on the autism spectrum, nonverbal.
So when do you sleep? You gotta, I mean, yeah, right? Let's give it up. Yeah. You are a busy lady. I'm wondering if you can share a little bit about Parent University. Some of our attendees might not know what that is.
Parent University, Dolores Silas is the founder and person that to go see. That's who started me coming to about 7 years ago. I went to one of her seminars and she explained about the population of being disabled. And I told her I had a hidden disability. She said, "Oh, you really hiding it good." I said, "Yes, I'm asthmatic. I'm on the breathing machine 4 times a day. And I take the Zolar shots, 6 shots in my stomach to control. So I'm still able to be active and productive in a positive way. But what she does is she collaborates a lot of people that need services. She has seminars. She also is the one that instigated the during COVID. She had the services where she'll give you a meal and then you get your shot and then you learn about different services, different conferences. She's here today. She's the lady that's in the African attire and she's a great person to get connected with. She's located at 3022 West Belite in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay. All right. So if you're from Milwaukee, you might want to put Dolores Salas on your list. It sounds like she's a great person to get connected with and have in your social capital. All right. One more professional support. Would anybody like to share? Yeah, over here in the corner.
Good afternoon. My name is Christina. I'm from the Wausau area. I would like everyone to know about a company called Grand Care. With staffing the way that it's been the last couple years, every single company is short staff across the board. So with Grand Care, they've invented a touch screen that gets implemented into each person's home, and it has a multitude of different things it can do. It can do video calling, like for MCOs who need to do face-to-face visits with their members but can't quite get to each and every individual home. They can do their face-to-face through the Grand Care. You can also put family members, you can video call them, they can video call you. There are sensors implemented in these systems so that if you have someone who's a fall risk or has dementia or something to that level, you can also set the sensors to alert you when that person has abnormal movement during the day, or sensors on the doors in case there's an elopement risk. You can also put in there med reminders, shower reminders, food reminders, anything that you can think of where a staffing doesn't have to be a hands-on care. And it also is really cool because it allows the client or member to also feel like they're a part of their cares, right? Because we see this so often where staff go into the home, they do what they have to do, and then they leave. And it leaves the client or the member just kind of sitting there like, oh, wow, it was really cool that someone came in today, but I didn't really feel a part of it. So they have little bubbles that they can check off that this got done today. I spoke with this person today. Also, another really cool faction for the MCOs is they have Bluetooth monitors connected to the Grand Care systems, like scales, thermostats, blood pressure cuffs. So for the MCOs where they have to get those weekly weights in or those weekly blood pressures, they can literally pop into the Grand Care and just get that information instead of waiting for someone to call them back with that information, because that's a big struggle too in this industry. So these systems are just an amazing new technology that we all have available to us, whether it be for staffing or for clients or whichever you choose. But I suggest definitely going on their website, www.grandcare.com, check them out. And if you feel that you have someone who might benefit from a touchscreen, the whole company is so amazing. They will come to you. They will help you get a Grand Care. They will teach you how to use it. They will also teach your staff how to use it. They're literally 24/7 supports. If you run into a problem you don't know how to navigate, they will get on the phone and help you get through that. It's just an amazing company.
Is this available statewide?
Yes, they're nationwide.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
The owners are actually based in California, but they have offices in Wisconsin, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Tennessee. They're everywhere. Um, so I don't exactly know what that piece looks like yet. I've just started working with them in the last year or so. So my company, we have probably about 300 clients that we service. And so for us, since we didn't really know what the funding part of it was going to look like, we just covered the cost. But we are working hand in hand with Inclusa to see if we can get some MCO coverage there. But I will say one piece that's been a little difficult to navigate is the internet piece, because it has to be connected to the internet, right? But 99% of our clients or members can't afford internet. Even with the Affordable Care Act coming in for the internet, it's still, when you have someone who lives on a fixed income, that $100 internet bill is huge. So that piece we're still struggling with a little bit. And that's why we're also trying to get Inclusa on board to help us with that piece. But so far, it's been really great. And even with the staffing, especially come wintertime in Wisconsin, how many times does it come up? A snowstorm comes in and we can't get to people, right? But we need to do that face-to-face safety check. This is a way for us to be able to do that.
So is it grant care with a T or with a D? Grand care. So how many people are going to get connected with my new friend Christina over here? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think we need to dole out some business cards here because that is amazing. And I think especially so nice for our families. Maybe if you live in a rural area too. Yeah, yeah, very cool.
Why aren't you guys here? You guys could be making a killing helping all these people here. So I have spoken with them. They will be here next year. They will have a booth. They'll have plenty of people come with them to talk to all of these different companies and MCOs to just do whatever we have to do to get everyone on board.
Thank you so much for sharing. I think we really found that to be helpful and valuable. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a comment? GRAND Grand Care. GRANDCARE. Grand Care. And Christina's your hookup over here. Thank you, Christina, for sharing that. That was amazing. Yeah, we have a comment over here.
Do they help find caregivers and stuff, or do they help find caregivers and stuff, or is it just another MCO agency? Oh, it's to monitor if your caregivers come in or not, right?
Well, we are doing EBB for this. They did get certification to also implement the EBB.
Because I mean, I have Inclusa, so
Inclusa is aware of this program. It's kind of at the top of the list, like the big wigs are working on it right now, but it's slowly working its way down to the CRs.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was fantastic. Yeah, over here. Oh, yes. The birthday girl. Everybody, it's Cindy's birthday today. Yeah. Birthday girl over here.
I do have one thing, and they're kind of life navigators. I serve on the board, and they are serving children. How do they say it? Milwaukee County but they do serve children and adults, and then they have a program for parents that are need help. The aging parents. Yeah, no, Nelly. No, it's not. Thank you. It is Life Navigator has and I think you can go on Zoom. So it's parents that are taking care of their son and daughters that our parents are over 60, 70 years old, and they have their children in their house yet. It's Life Navigators. The director is Vicki Wanacek. And they're right on Center Street in Milwaukee. But and I know that they are statewide now. They go out. Matter of fact, there's a person that's way down in what do you call it? The country? What do they call that? Country music state of God. What Nashville? They have a person. Their husband got a job there. So she still works for Life Navigators in Milwaukee. So, and Vicky's always looking for people too. But for older parents that still need, have their children at home, it's a support group. They meet with coffee. And if you do it online, you can have coffee online. You can have your coffee on, but it's so hard for parents to find good care. And so the parents keep their son and daughter at home, which is more safer than trying to put them in like a group or somewhere they don't know. So I just wanted to let you know that. And then Life Navigators is right over in booth over here.
Oh, they're here. And it's Life Navigators. Yeah. And now, are they only in the Milwaukee area, Cindy?
Out of Milwaukee area too. They're down in, yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, that was a new one for me too. I'll put on my list.
And they've been in operation probably, I don't know, because what happened was Life Navigator used to be a ARC, and the mission didn't fit so they changed over to the ARC. I mean, over to Life Navigator, and they changed the name. But Nancy knows it was an art, and I think we've been a Life Navigators for. We have to fundraise, of course. I do the golf outing. I'm on their board, and we make sure they have a women's group, a men's group, all kinds of things.
Well, this sounds like a really valuable resource. Thanks for sharing.
She was giving some resources. I said, we don't have Life Navigators out there. I mean, even if you are not in the area, they have people and they just got the children's waiver back at Life Navigators because we had a big, huge waiting list for children. Yeah. So we got it's it's Life Navigator, there's Looping Social Services, and another one. So just so you know. But Life Navigators, of course, I just want to let you know that just in case you can't find something, there you go.
Well, this is amazing. All right, Cindy, how are we on time? We got time to do work? Okay, all right, work. Who's got, hand right up here. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, young lady, tell us about where you work.
I used to work at Good Steward before with my mom. Last year, I was working at the Good Bean, making coffee drinks. I am now working at Alaska Walmart, stocking in the baby section.
Oh, so you get to just see all the baby stuff and when it comes in, huh?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful job. Thank you for sharing. Who else? Somebody over here wanted to talk. Yeah, Nick.
I work at the Hungry Peller dishwashing. The Hungry Peller is a restaurant in La Crosse.
Do they have good food there?
Yes, they do. Yeah. And this is my 5th job. I previously worked at Greenwoods and Toma. I worked at Goodwill for an internship. They didn't have anything there. I previously worked at Tractor Supply, same story. And my first job was I worked at Malters in Toma, which also used to be a festival.
Do you like to work?
Yes, I do.
I think that's great. Thank you for sharing. Who else wants to share about where they, over here in the front row. Daniel, where do you work, my friend?
I work at Dollar General.
Oh, do you like Dollar General?
I like it a lot, and I get a lot of support from WRC and all that. So I also work at Dollar Biker Brew Pub on the side.
What do you do at Dollar General?
I'm a stocker. I clean the bathrooms.
Oh, so you keep those shelves stocked for us.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and do you have people at work that support you? And
WRC supports me in my job.
very cool. Awesome. Yeah. Tell us about where you work.
I'm actually looking for a job. I work with the D-Star company and DVR. I work with people. I have done taking the legislators to work campaign. I also am working with people and with Cindy Bentley as just a person. As a person.
All right, so our friend Neely here, she needs a job. If anybody knows anybody, our girl wants to work over here. All right, thanks for sharing. Yeah, Daniel, tell us about where you work. I know where you work. Tell us about it.
Hi, I work at Goodwill, right in the Goodwill. I'm a dog greeter. It's like, let's say you bring your stuff to us, I load off from your vehicle. put it in the Dendex, and you bring it inside, and you sort them through, like where the items go to belongs and stuff like that. Um, it's a lot of great stuff out there. It's like it's really fun if you want to come join Goodwill, but it's really fun.
So does anybody ever try and donate items that you don't accept? And what's your response? What do you say to those people?
Well, some stuff we don't take is we said no, but they doesn't go well. I know it doesn't go well. I had one customer a while ago bring a microwave. I said no. They got really mad at us and then threw it back of their car, almost broke the window in the vehicle. But I know.
So you have to be a bodyguard too sometimes.
Yes, I had to be bodyguard sometimes. It's like one time one tried to bring a TV. They said, "Hey, I called." And didn't hear the phone ring because it's the truth because I did not hear the phone ring. And they said team leader answered the phone and I asked who. I do not know who. And then I said, please take it back because we don't accept TVs or we don't take like couch turn to bed. We don't take that neither. There's a lot of things we do not take.
Well, it sounds like you're really good at your job. How do you get to work?
Well, I do ride my bike back and forth. My mother over here, she trained me, learn the route. The first thing I started, the busy highway, that didn't go well. My mom over here, she trained me different ways to ride back and forth to work. I ride my bike. We take the back way from Pioneer Park to Home Depot, and you cross from there and you press the button and light change and you cross and you go to the right and you keep going straight and you turn to a Walmart parking lot and then you go to the more to the right side because the people coming with their vehicle. You go from there and you straight to Goodwill. So
Awesome. So your mom supports you in getting to work. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, Daniel. Anybody else want to share about where they work? All right, one more over here. Yeah, tell us about where you work.
I work at a phone towers.
Okay. And do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. So can anybody tell me how you got your job? How did you get your job? Was it through DVR? Are you working with DVR?
From the
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, moms. Yeah, moms are kind of the agents for everything sometimes, huh? Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. Cindy, I'm going to hand it over to you. I've been talking for a while.
Okay. Some things to do next. Get to know organizations in your area or ones you might want to be part of. Get to know the vendors and meet other people at the conference. Look for learning opportunities or trainings. And where are you already gathering and you can find connections there. Here's a summary. What is social capital? How to build connections and what to do next and how to stay involved. And here's some more information. And I can also get you a business card and I have a QR code to scan if you want to join the Facebook group.
All right, so some takeaways here. Get to know Sydney. She's the girl in the know, it sounds like. She knows where it's at. So get a hold of Sydney. Get on her Facebook page, Wisconsin Disability Connections. Visit the vendors that we have here in the hallway. There's a lot of great agencies here. Get to know them. Talk to each other. People at your table, get to know people at your table. We heard a lot of people share some different agencies that they're connected with. Oh, and before you go, at your table, we have a session feedback. So if you would be so kind as to fill that out and rate how Miss Sydney and I did here today, the conference organizers would greatly appreciate it. If anybody has any questions for Sydney or myself, we'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, we thank you so much for coming. We hope you learned something, maybe heard of some new resources that you didn't know about, and we wish you a very good rest of your Wednesday. Thank you.